Hello, standing by.
From the legendary Ronnie B Studios in a predominantly white neighborhood, Ronnie B presents Showtime with the Polo.
Yeah, Polo, your life is a movie.
Polo, your life's a movie.
Polo, what do you got to talk about this week?
All right, well, you know, Oscar season is coming up very quickly this year. They got an earlier date, so, I mean, everything pushed forward. February 27th, the nominations are going to be earlier, so it's going to be a frantic season this season. So I just actually got out of a movie a few minutes ago. I just pulled over to...
All right, do you realize you don't have to do any of the work for the Oscars? You're running around acting like you have to start building giant golden statues and spray paint everything and get the Kodak Theater vacuumed.
All you have to do is watch. It doesn't...
it's going to be a scramble.
Not for you. Not for a viewer. What movie did you just get out of?
Timeline. Actually, surprisingly more entertaining than I would have imagined.
I think it's the white version of Black Knight. Timeline.
No.
It's Fast and Furious in the past. It's Fast and Furious.
It's kind of like Army of Darkness. It's a cliffhanger. Something crazy is happening every minute. It's a crazy, preposterous idea, very old-fashioned. But hey, I was surprised that I was.
Ronnie, it's as old as time travel itself. The idea. You're a maniac.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so I've actually been catching up on a lot of the Oscar possibilities because there's only a couple more weeks for the season, and that's it, and that'll decide it. I mean, Lord of the Rings has got to be the big thing, and I'll see that in a couple of weeks.
Who's leading the way, Bad Santa?
Did you see Bad Santa?
No, I actually didn't see Bad Santa because I couldn't cram that in.
Have you seen Gothica?
Yeah, I just seen Gothica.
Is it anything like Gattaca?
No, it's not. It's actually pretty. I hate to use words like this, lascivious and salacious.
What's that mean?
I don't know what either one of those means.
It's a good premise that they just lead down a totally ridiculous tunnel and avenue. By the end, it just falls.
Is it going down a tunnel or an avenue? What is it doing?
Or is it a cul-de-sac?
There is a large building, and it has a lot of tunnels, and there's a few avenues.
Do you believe Halle Berry is nuts?
Yes, I do.
I mean in real life.
But in the movie, I don't know.
Let Adrian Brody kiss her like that.
Not so much, but I did see a lot of the movies coming up, like The Last Samurai and The Missing and things like that.
Is it The Last Samurai, or is there one more to come?
Well, it's a historical epic. I mean, if you like those
films,
gladiator movies.
If you like movies, you love films.
I mean,
what's your point? It's like a gladiator movie?
If you like Gladiator, you'll probably like The Last Samurai.
You're saying all things I like.
How about Master and Commander? Did you see that yet?
I didn't. Yeah, that's been out a couple of weeks.
Speaking of which, how's your big fat wife?
Love the Master, hated the Commander.
Very manly film, but the problem is it's a little too manly because there's a lot of men on a boat for a very long time.
They get naked?
And what happens?
Well, there's a bit of a homoeroticism going on there, I think, a little bit.
I heard it ends in a cliffhanger.
Well, there's 20 books that they're based on, but no.
Yeah, I don't have time for that.
How does the boat end up on a cliff, Polo?
No, it's not a cliffhanger. So, I mean, there's the Lord of the Rings is the big thing coming up. I'm going to see that in a couple of weeks, and that's really...
So you're actually now telling us about movies that you won't see for weeks.
No,
that's your reviews.
I have seen the Last Samurai, which will be out in a couple of weeks. I'll tell you this much. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah. That's your review. That's just the time. That's not a review. That's you set with a stopwatch.
Well, do you want me to
that's why they call the show Ebert and Time
I don't want to review. But I can review Time.
I love The Godfather. I'll give it a 2 hour and 45 minutes.
I'm just saying
that's how he decides whether he likes it. How long it is. I didn't like it. It was 87 minutes.
Okay. And The Missing, I'll tell you this much. It's a very violent movie, but with Kate Blanchett and Tommy Lee Jones. Extremely violent, much more violent.
Hold on, I'm having a stroke. Everything went dark.
I think we're okay.
What movie is this? Fast and Furious?
The Missing with Tommy Lee Jones.
No.
He plays a guy who lives with Indians and comes back to his daughter who hates him.
Is there anything to look forward to this holiday season?
This is there's a few things I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the Big Fish, which is a Tim Burton movie.
Speaking of which, how's your big fat wife?
She doing okay?
She's yeah. Well, you might have heard my mother died, but finally.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Polo.
Yeah. That was a couple.
How you doing, pal?
Yeah. Well, Gail isn't making it any easier.
So you lost everybody except for your wife, right?
Yeah.
One more to go.
Murray's gone, right?
Down to me and my wife.
Did we lose your Murray, your mother-in-law?
Yeah, that was.
Wow.
She's gone.
In the year as well.
The whoremaster's gone. Your father-in-law.
Yeah, right.
Your mother, Spitless, is gone.
All right.
All right, Polo, you are down to one.
Only one person who hates you left on the planet.
We are down to Richard Hatch and Susan Hawk here. We are all set.
You have no idea what a tough adversary she is.
No, I do. I do know.
I mean, she was just describing herself on the treadmill at the shapes, and she was against the trainer for 2 hours, and she beat the trainer, and she was really going on and on about this.
The last thing you want her to do is get stronger. What you want to do is put a railroad spike through a baseball bat and then go over her while she's sleeping and beat her to death and send her with her parents.
Well, in any case, she's making things a little bit difficult now. Instead of pulling everything together, it's a little difficult. But actually, she was pretty good.
Was she mean about your mom dying?
She was mean before.
Remember, it was just 3 weeks ago that she was mad at us for you being on the air with us, so she went and kept banging on the door, waking your mom up.
Yeah, it's the old lady.
I believe she killed.
Well, no, the fact is my mother was she just got out of the nursing home, and I do feel bad about it because, she had the pneumonia, and then they kept saying, yeah, she's over it, she's over it. It's that damn Medicare, but, what the hell are you going to do? They cut you off after a certain point.
I don't know what to say back to you, Polo. I'm just so bored. Maybe if it was my mom, I'd be interested, but it's yours.
Well, when you hit 150, they'd like to quit paying the benefits.
Why don't you go back in timeline and try to meet her?
Well, the timeline thing.
You got nothing to promote here. You got no movies to talk about.
I'm not. Well,
what movies are coming out?
Well,
let's do it.
The fall preview and
all right, let's do the fall preview. Let's do it.
All right, so the Big Fish, Tim Burton, that's going to be a big possibility.
I never even heard about this.
What's this about?
Yeah.
This is a kind of a fanciful, crazy story about
It's fanciful?
joins the circus, and it's all kinds of crazy stories lived in this guy's memory, and he's told to his kid. And Albert Finney is supposed to be excellent in it. So this is a big contender. The 21 Grams with Sean Penn and Benicio del Toro.
Hey, speaking of 21 grams, I got to get a hold of my friend Flathead. We're spending a getaway weekend.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah. We used to call 21 grams. We used to call that Friday.
Well, actually, 21 grams is how much you lose when you die. That's how much weight you lose when you die.
Right. 21 grams is how much you'll lose if you go to the bathroom and leave the Coke out. That's exactly when 21 grams will be missing.
It's supposed to be the weight of 5 nickels, actually, but,
Well, it depends on how you're cutting it. I stuff on mine with mannitol. That's my thing. It's a baby laxative.
Well, the 21 grams itself is 5 nickels worth.
All right, if everyone feels like they need to believe this 21 grams is how much the soul supposedly weighs because a body loses that at the point of death, why would a soul weigh anything? It would weigh nothing.
It's a scientific fact.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that that's what the soul weighs.
Don't people release their bladders when they die? Couldn't that be 21 grams?
I do it even before.
Crap, too.
I don't think that. I'm sure when they make these measurements, that's taken into account.
All right, so it should be 21 plants plus crap and whiz. That's what I would
and any air that's coming out of your lungs.
Would air weigh anything? Would you have weight to air?
It would seem that it might give you some buoyancy.
I'm not saying buoyancy. It's not how buoyant you are when you die. I'm saying would air weigh anything? No.
But you weigh it in a tire.
Well,
PSI.
Hey,
that's pressure.
Yeah, that's the pressure.
Oh, just a little lift. So there's 21 grams.
Paula, we're into something here.
Okay.
Like, did you weigh your mom when she died?
No. No. They just. I was taking care of her in the morning, trying to get her going.
Were you with her when she
Snap
died?
out of it, snap out of it, and, you know.
You yelled snap out of it to a woman.
Snap out of eternity.
Ma, snap out of it. Come on, stay here and
thing.
suffer. What's the last thing you said to her, Polo? I'm off to the movies.
I snap out of it. I was giving her bread thing and the pills and the whole thing, and to eat, and she wouldn't eat. And
you were shoving bread in her mouth as she was going?
A breath treatment.
A breath treatment. He gave her mint. Here, you'll need this for Jesus.
No, it's a nebulizer. It's a blow. It blows.
So it was traumatic for you, buddy? Was it tough for you, or were you ready to let her go?
Well, she was ready. I was ready. I was kind of hoping to get through the holidays.
Right. Make her suffer through the holidays.
It just, it would have been a nice thing to get through the holidays.
Yeah, because you needed help putting the lights up.
No.
Why don't you just put the lights on her now? And that's your way of... You just prop her up in the corner, you put lights and some... You cremated her?
Yeah.
Now, did you check first, or you just laid her on fire while she was in the bed?
No.
Goodbye, Ma. It's a Viking funeral.
And now I feel bad, too, because I remember that thing I did where I had to snort somebody's cremated remains.
Yeah.
Yeah. That could have been your mom.
This is a true story. We went on this show of friends of ours, the Monsters of the Middays in Orlando. So they had this cremation thing that they were bragging about. Yeah, we bought it on eBay or something. Somebody's, ashes. So I just open it up and I throw it out and I just chop it into a line and roll up a dollar bill and Polo snorts 2 lines of the guy's ashes.
Oh my God!
And I forgot all about that.
You were a champ that day.
Yeah.
I'd love to have you at any funeral.
Yeah. Did you do any your mom's rails?
No.
Yeah, because that's incest.
Yeah.
That way she's always with you. So are you upset about this, Polo, or what'd you do with her ashes?
I worked as hard as I could.
Yeah, you did. You had the breath.
And I did the best. I mean, for 4 years I've been taking care of her.
You've been a great son. You really have. And you've been a great son-in-law.
Yeah, that's true.
You've done your duty. It's time to throw Mama from the train.
He's going to throw Mama in the rain. Polo, have you decided what you're going to do with the ashes?
Well, she has a vault. I have to open
you got to open the vault.
Yeah, I got to go down and...
Well, did you at least cry, or did you feel anything?
Well, that's what, Gail always says. I don't cry for anybody who dies. I never do.
So you didn't cry at all?
Movies
How nice of her to make it easier on you.
I cry at the movies like a baby, but I never cry when anybody dies.
I didn't cry when my mom died. I did cry when I saw Old Yeller. That put me in tears.
When E.T. left Elliot.
Yeah. Did you cry?
And
what's the last movie?
Every time.
Well, please. Terms of endearment. I cry if I hear the term of endearment. Is that how you felt? Did you yell, Ma, it's like terms of endearment?
Did you scream in your wife's face, give her a shot?
Well, actually,
he's yelling at a woman as she's dying, snap out of it.
I gave her the pills. I gave her the breath treatments. I'm trying to get some liquid down her throat.
Ew.
Milk or something. And then, and so I'm just saying,
she choked to death. This poor woman choked.
They found a pharmacy in her gullet.
Finally, I just put a mouse in her mouth. I put a mouse in her mouth and saw if that would help.
But I put him in a little lab coat, like he was a doctor.
I tried everything. I started poking her eye with a pencil.
And honestly, she's been through some real close calls before.
Well, she gave,
gone.
Sure, she gave birth to a big retard. Sure, she's been through a lot.
Out of it. I thought she was going to snap out of it.
Yeah, I know, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened.
And I'm sorry your wife's such a she-devil that she can't sympathize for you.
If this makes you feel any better, you're adopted anyway, right?
That's true. Now I can find my real parents.
Your mom may not be dead at all. Your real mom.
That's true. Well, I told you my grandfather supposedly was a judge in California.
Yeah, you made that up.
That's
Judge Roy Beam was your grandfather.
He signed all the papers to ditch you. It's the world's first quickie adoption.
Big movies coming up.
What are you laughing about?
Of course, I don't know. Look, I went to a funeral once where a family was there for 2 sisters to commit suicide, and they were laughing because there's nothing else you can do when 2 sisters commit suicide. It's too crazy.
I don't know why you're telling us this story.
Were they conjoined? How did this happen?
It was a crazy story.
We lost them both. Well, only one of them committed suicide. The other one died losing the blood.
One got depressed later.
Mm-hmm.
Just it's a natural response sometimes to just the release.
Did you speak at your mom's funeral and just give out some reviews of movies?
No.
Coming soon, it's 21 grams.
No. Of course, yeah, there'll be Cold Mountain and Mona Lisa Smile and The House of Sanded Fox. These are some of the other parts.
Right. So you're reading lists to us. Now you're just reading lists to us.
That's true.
You're not going to tell us about any of these films.
Well, I can tell you, sure. Cold Mountain, Nicole Kidman, Jude Law, Renee Zellweger,
It sounds like a list again. This sounds more like a list.
Just tell us what's coming out.
Yeah.
It's a Civil War novel that was it won a bunch of awards. Cold Mountain, big movie for the Christmas.
Did a lot of the other reviewers show up at the funeral?
No, I actually am not.
Was Joel Siegel there?
Ebert, it means a lot to me that you showed up for this.
I'm sorry we didn't have a buffet.
I think Ebert's sick, right?
Yeah, Ebert's sick.
Yeah.
Ebert looks like hell. He's basically babbling all the time now.
Well, at least his mom's alive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's all about Lord of the Rings here.
You said that like 9 times. There's other movies.
What else do we have to look forward to?
I just want to get away from my mother. You know, the 21
Well, you've gotten away from her. She's dead. Are you finally happy?
You couldn't be any further away. Especially in the afterlife, where there is a great chasm of fixed.
This woman choked on a mint. What happened here?
Well, I almost feel like she might have choked on the pills, because she made it through the night. And then I'm trying to give her these 2 damn pills, because I figure, this is supposed to help her.
Sure.
So you can't plug her nostrils with them, though. She has to breathe through those things.
I don't know, man. It was like she was having a problem the day before. I said, damn Medicare, but what am I doing?
Maybe she's not dead. Hello.
I don't know about anybody. What happens to anybody? I mean, where's the soul go? You're saying 21 grams, the soul goes someplace.
We're saying 21 grams. You've been screaming at us. You got on the phone.
That 21 grams is in the Bible. Hello, it's not from us.
21 Graham Street with Johnny Depp.
I thought it was a scientific study.
No, there's no such thing.
I believe
we don't go. Oh, yeah. What's that?
From the Bible?
No, I always say it's from the Bible because I've never read it. You're not falling for the 21 grams? No. What do you think happens when we die? You just sit? Boom. Yeah. We're going. Well, good. You explain to Paulo that his mom's disappeared, okay? You explain to Paulo we'll never see his mom again.
That he burned her for no reason.
Is there somebody sitting there actually, taking count?
Yeah, they wait. Yeah, they wait it. They weigh a body while...
Is it at the point of when you actually die?
Yes, that second.
So there's somebody sitting there going, at this second, they're watching somebody going...
Right. Okay. They'll put somebody on a scale. The person dies at 21 grams. It just drops down 21 grams.
So how do they actually volunteer that person to say, okay, I'm going to die?
They use homeless people. They use homeless drunk punks.
Outrageous.
Yeah. I understand. I'm not doing this to make you furious. I'm not trying to fight with you here.
I'm not trying to fight.
I know you want everyone to disappear. I can't say that to a man whose mom recently died.
We can't tell him his mom's Casper.
What I'm going to do with him is just tell him a fairy tale if he feels better. Paulo, take a Valium and sleep through the night.
I'm more upset that she's a ghost hanging around my house now.
No, that's your wife.
No, that's
who's haunting your house.
If anyone deserves to be haunted.
If I'm going in my room to do something private, I don't want her following me in the room or something.
Why? You've run a batch while she was alive. You ran one on her one night.
She's not going to follow me in the room then.
What's your point, Paulo?
Move the urn out of that room.
Hanging around the house now.
Look, I'm sorry your mom died, but I can't go on about it all night. You got me in a fist fight here. People are screaming over the 21 grams. I'm just trying to make things happen. I had to put up with an improv play that actually people had scripts with. So I don't know what's going on tonight. I'm trying to pull everybody together. I'm losing Jen. I'm losing Jen tonight. That's it for me.
Holy man.
I'm back to watching movies with Fez again, which comes back to the same thing. Is it Star Wars or is it Pixar? And then, he's out in the car bouncing up and down like Bill Murray in the movie where he's so excited to go move. Something about Bob. He's bouncing up and down. Yeah, let's go. I'm going, we're going to a cartoon, Fezzy.
I wish Pixar would put out a Star Wars.
Oh, and I'll be like this. You want to go to the new Star Wars? Do I? And then off he runs to the car. This is how hip I'm going to be from now on. I'm going through a lot here, Paulo.
Look,
I wish I was laying next to your mom right now. Like the old days.
I know.
In the Easy Bake.
You didn't put her in Easy Bake.
He's so cheap.
He's been cremating her for the last 3 weeks.
Look,
Right now, she's just turned brown.
She's under a fry lamp till he decides what to do.
The problem is that it actually takes 7 to 10 days.
For what?
To do this.
I'll come over and torture tonight.
But I mean,
is she on a spit? What?
No,
Why
they
is it taking so long?
Go to the medical
You know she can't spit.
That was her last wishes.
This is a true story about his mom. She didn't have saliva glands at all, so her mouth would dry out, and Paulo would have to go buy this spit in the store and rub it in her mouth.
Yeah, oral.
Your dad never got oral?
No, it's
he did, but it was like sandpaper. He said, "Oh God, I'm aching. I got oral last night." I go, "Why should that hurt?" No spit.
Yeah, it was like getting a Hummer from kitty litter.
Did she ever have saliva glands?
Yeah. They took them out 10, 15, whatever it was.
Who's they? You act like it's the government.
Nazis.
Is it the X-Files? Stop it, Polo.
It was. She had a couple of cancers.
For me, I wouldn't want to live without my spit glands. I have to have them.
She survived like three cancers, and she was still going.
You, your wife, and your mother-in-law.
3 awful people.
That's true. But the thing is that, okay, she survived. She's got no spit. She got through it all, and then, but she didn't snap out of it this last time. And I don't know. It was kind of borderline.
Well, hey, you saved a Christmas present, so it's not all bad news.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you didn't shop for her already.
No more liquid spit wrapped under a tree this year.
Well, there was a lot of other things that
keeps the tree fresh.
Having to take care of somebody, who's old and infirm, it's not easy.
I know. So you're a saint. Is that what you're saying, Polo?
You're St. Paul.
I don't usually.
You're St. Paul.
I mean, I feel I did a lot, but I still think I didn't do enough. No.
You didn't do enough. If you were a better son, she'd be alive today. Think of that right before you go to sleep.
You haven't done enough until that wife of yours is dead, too. Then you've done enough.
I am trying. She could go. You never know, because there's so many things that she does to herself that I don't know.
You got a better chance of winning the lottery.
She's still drinking and depressed, right? And taking pills?
Pills and drink, yeah.
Next time you go to work, leave a gun in the house, just to say. Maybe it'll work.
Lots. But the thing about her is you could give her 100 pills. It would do nothing.
Yeah, I know. I've been the same way. Well, try 1 bullet. Maybe that'll help.
Leave the gun next to the schnapps.
She's tough. Trust me.
All right, so we're not going to learn about movies. It's all about your personal life.
I'm not saying.
I know, Lord of the Rings.
Besides that, what can we expect?
I'll tell you about The Missing. That's opening this week. That's Kate Blanchett, Tommy Lee Jones.
You already did. We don't want to say it. It sounds awful. What else?
It's very brutal. It's Ron Howard. He won the Oscar last year.
I've had it with him.
I understand.
The people that pick the Oscars are idiots. I swear.
I didn't agree with The Beautiful Mind either. I didn't.
The Royal Tenenbaums should have won over that.
So there you go, Polo.
Well, that's a nice choice. I was, going in there.
All right, Paulo, if you're not going to review, we got to move on. All right.
I understand. I'm happy to go. I'm
sorry you lost your mom.
I understand.
That's got to be rough.
I get into the holiday season with the movie previews, but I understand.
We're at the end here. He lost his mom, does he?
Yeah. So instead of Cat in the Hat, it's Laverne in the Urn. Okay.
All right.
Is that her name, Laverne?
No, it was Kirsten.
Kirsten. She must have been the first person in the world to have the name Kirsten. That's like a young girl's name.
No, that was his nickname for her.
Oh.
She's my Kirsten.
And you're my dunst.
And Polo would hang from the ceiling upside down and kiss her. Disgusting.
Oh.
So, her original name was Kirsten Nielsen.
What?
Kirsten Nielsen.
Yeah, where's she from?
And then she adopted you and changed her name?
Denmark. No.
She's from Oslo.
That's her, that was her maiden name.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say, Paul.
On her maiden voyage.
Give her a Viking funeral. Light the bed on fire, throw her in the pool, and off you go. Life goes on. What can I do?
I'm going to have to keep it in the house for a while because I can't get down. I got to drive to get to the vault.
Yeah, well, whatever. Keep her in the fridge. All right, Polo.
Thank you, Polo. You liked the movie. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you, too.
That poor bastard, Fuzzy.
what he has been through.
Yeah.
And he has saved the worst for last.
He's got to kill off that wife, the worst person alive. The worst person, I kid you not, alive. The worst human being that's ever been born. Oh, are you still there, Paul?
Yeah, she has her up.
Oh, sorry.
I thought for sure you hung up. Oh, how embarrassing.
Oh, how awkward.
But she is the worst person.
Well, you know, she has bad relationships.
All right, Paul, we're done with you.
We said goodbye already.
If you were a gentleman, you would already hung up before we started to talk about you.
Well, I understand. I usually like to linger a bit.
Yeah, like your mom.
She's above you right now, lingering.
Should I hang up there?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Polo.
Goodbye.
Your life's a movie.
Polo.
He sounds like he's on the edge, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
He watches Troubled Teen.
Yeah. He watches them have sex with each other. That's a true story.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's writing Sleepers, too, as we speak.
A little
He's the bad guy in Sleepers.